Oh, that's still hot. Welcome to another episode of Nerds with Badges. Today is Saturday, May the 17th, and I cannot believe how fast my time off went by. I get Thursday and Fridays off. Last year, the my company restructured the actually they restructured the schedules for a lot of employees here, so we all had to pick new schedules basically. Like I used to have, for like 10 years I had the weekends off, and I had to make a decision basically if I wanted to stay on or get severance pay, something to that effect. So I decided to stay because my union rep advised me that it would not be a good idea. I guess what they would give you for an employment or something. Basically, it just wouldn't have been worth it. So the company just cut back. So I could have gotten weekends off, but the downside would have been I'd have to work at two different locations. So I'd be on one side of town for 3 days, and then for 2 days I'd be on the other side of town in another location. So I chose to just stay at this location, and um, I couldn't get Saturday and Sunday off anymore. So I got my off days are now Thursdays and Fridays, which is not it's not too bad. Thursdays and Fridays are okay actually. It still feels weird going to work on Saturdays. Not really being able to relax Saturday mornings and just chill and watch cartoons or whatever. Not that there are really any cartoons coming on regular TV anymore. You have to use an app or I suppose cable if that's still a thing. So it's been an interesting week. I did not get a chance to go see Final Destination. I was thinking about going to see it. I may end up going to see it sometime next week when I'm off. It just sometimes it feels like there's really not enough time in 24 hours, man. It just goes by so fast. You have so many things that you want to do, and you try to do the things that you need to do, and then the time that you have just to try to relax and just try to enjoy the fruits of your labor, like chill, watch a movie, play a game or something. It feels like I have to schedule that. It's like something I have to consciously think about, like, okay, I want to play video games today, but it's not like I'm saying I'm going to play at a certain time, but it's like I have to like be aware. If I put too much time into this, then it's taking time away from something else that I need to be doing, like as far as like business with my comics and other things going on. So for all those that might be watching me for the first time, my program that I've created here for online is called Nerds with Badges. Nerds with Badges is I felt like it would be really cool to have a platform for security officers who are into like nerd culture, whereas that's video games, comic books, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, computer technology, um, Marvel, DC, Image, Valiant, just really nerd culture from the point of view of someone who works either in law enforcement or as a security guard. Anyone who has a badge, really. Military, law enforcement, security guard. If you wear a badge, then this would be like the community that I created. Now, I looked around trying to find a community that I fit in with, and I just have not really been able to. Like I post stuff on, you know, platforms for black, for nerds, for LGBT, and I still, even as a child, I never really fit in anywhere I went, and Earth, Wind, and Fire says one day you keep looking and you'll find that place, but I guess sometimes you have to create that place yourself. uh, I hope this is making sense. I just really wanted to make something that I would have passion for, to express my passion for the things that I like, and maybe, try to get other people involved. Now, sometimes it's hard to get people involved in something, even if it's something really good. But it's just motivation, because a lot of people talk about, excuse me, they want to change things in their lives, but then they don't really actually put in the work, or they wait for somebody else to do it, then they can jump on board, and it's just easier for them to do it that way. So I guess it's just easier to do that, or to just procrastinate. But I know that there are other people out there that I can connect with. I have connected with other people. I featured other people on my Nerds with Badges on my videos. I've had guests. I want to do bigger and better things with the platform. Have more guests, do more events, travel. I have a lot of different ideas, and it gets frustrating sometimes. Trying to reach an audience. You want to, what your demographic is. Somebody's watching the videos, and if it's just one person watching the video, that's something. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm always going to do my videos, and I'm always going to do my comic books and things, and it's something that I enjoy doing. But it would be nice if I could take what I enjoy and actually make an income off of it. I have not really been successful in that thus far. Why is that? Well, when you have a product or something that you want to present, you gotta if you make something, then somebody's gonna buy it. A certain type of person might, would buy this, and it depends on what your product is. If there's a big demand, if there's a lot of competition, what makes sure it stand out. And it may be that I am going, I could be just blazing a path where there is none. Because I know a lot of LGBT people that are into comic books and anime and stuff. Try to get them to talk about it in front of a camera. Try to inspire them to maybe want to make a business out of it. It's almost like trying to talk to an animal. I'm just, it's just frustrating sometimes talking to someone that shares your passion, but then when you try to motivate them, and I guess, I can't really judge people, but I really don't want to work for somebody else for the rest of my life. I would rather have more control, and but it's about motivation though, because I understand what it's like. Sometimes it's really hard. Maybe some people might struggle with their faith. Maybe they don't really believe, or they don't. Maybe they don't know anybody that's in business for themselves, and they don't really understand, or they see it as something unattainable. But I talk to people, and I guess the reality of it is not everybody wants to be in business for themselves. Not everybody wants to try to aim for something bigger and better for whatever reason. Because I don't, like I said, I don't want to judge anybody, but it's frustrating. I like I said before, I try to interact with groups that I share interests, African American groups, particularly if it's dealing with blurred, the black, it's a black word for black nerd, people that share my interest, that, I see the different groups on Facebook, and I noticed, I look at the interaction, how people interact with each other. And I think a lot of people, it's easier for them to look at something as opposed to actually post something and talk about something, or they will troll someone. Just certain behaviors that you observe from people, and then it just makes it, it makes it, you just have an understanding why people do the things that they do when you really pay attention and just observe. Now I know that in some cases, I've talked to people that have businesses, And as soon as they see the LGBT thing, they just disappear. They cut off contact. I know that's an issue with some people, and I mean, and, you know, and I'm not judging anybody. You know, I understand. I grew up in a church. You know,